Today, it's seven-time Indiana State champion Culver Academy invade Owings Mills. Their mission, trying to dethrone the Baltimore Sun's #1 ranked McDonogh Eagles and stifle their 6 returning starters. The story, McDonogh's attack led by Jack Parr and the Culver Academy's Riley Thompson. Watch all the action of today's MIAA Game of the Week next on CSE TV.
Hey now and welcome to the campus of McDonogh School for a top 5 matchup. 2 nationally ranked powers as Culver Military Academy comes to play McDonogh School. Thanks for joining us. I'm Booker Corrigan, joined by Bob Shriver. Coach, we got some great teams going today. Let's get into Culver. What do you think of them?
Well, Culver's a school that burst onto the lacrosse scene about 7-8 years ago. They have some tremendous players on this team, but maybe they're more famous for what they've produced at the college level in the last couple years. Zach Currier at Princeton, arguably the most complete lacrosse player in the country. Joel Tenney at Hopkins, Matt Neufeld at University of Maryland. Just some of the Culver alums that are on the Division I landscape. This team we're seeing today, they've got 22 Division I commits on it, probably led by Jackson Reed, a midfielder, and an attackman, Alex Simmons, who will play both positions, and goalie Matthew Schmidt.
And for the McDonogh Eagles, you're looking at what could be the new #1 ranked team in the country. They got star power, and it starts at an unlikely source, but he's unbelievable.
Well, B.J. Farrar, #1 on their team, is just a junior, but his ability to influence a game from his defensive midfield position, he plays both with a pole and with a short stick, is really tremendous. He can influence a game in so many ways.
A million reasons to watch, and I know you're not going anywhere. We'll be back with the opening face-off right after this. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises. If you can dream it, we'll make it happen. The MIAA Lacrosse Championships return to Johns Hopkins' iconic Homewood Field this May. The title is up for grabs in this powerhouse conference that features the best rivalries in high school lacrosse. The action begins with the A Conference semifinals on Monday, May 22nd, and champions will be crowned on Thursday, May 25th. Log on to MIAAlacrosse.com for schedule and ticket information. MIAA Lacrosse, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today.
At Whole Foods Market, we believe in food that's naturally beautiful, fresh, and nutritious. So there are no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives in any of the food we sell. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
Diversified Insurance Industries. Commercial and personal insurance, risk management, and specialty programs. Get more information and contact an advisor at DII-INS.com. And welcome to John McDonogh Stadium. Booker Corrigan, Bob Shriver here to bring you the game of the week. Bob, we talked about the known stars. Offensively for McDonogh, they've been putting up some numbers. Who are guys that are a little bit under the radar or guys we didn't hit in the open?
Well, might start, I think, who's having a great season so far, is playing attack, is junior Jack Sweeney. He plays a point on the fast break. He gets the ball over to Jack Parr, who knows what to do with it around the goal. And Liam Powderly is a sophomore who's also starting on the attack. Those guys have really had a great start to their season. Abramson's a new guy in the goal for McDonogh, who's also played very well so far this year.
And I know Abramson from the Severna Park area, if I'm not mistaken. His father grew up down in that area. I don't know if he lives there now, but I know that the ancestry leads back. Great goaltenders coming out of the Severn area. Let's talk about Culver, who's flying under the radar. Wheaton Jacobois is a guy that people have talked about a little bit. He plays both attack and midi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yesterday when they played Gonzaga down in Washington, D.C., Coach Posner actually mixed his lineup up a great deal, and he ran guys like Wheaton and Jackson Reed and Alex Simmons. He played them both at midfield and attack, just looking for the best matchup for their team.
Gotta love the coaches giving their teams the last-minute instructions. Great action always here on the grass at McDonogh Field.
Something Culver has not played on for 2 years since the last time they played here at McDonogh.
Well, at least they know what they're going to get.
Yes, or I actually don't think they do know what they're going to get, because it's a surface that they're very unfamiliar with.
First quarter brought to you by Kelly and Associates, payroll technology and benefit solutions. Go to kellyway.com to learn how Kelly can help you. Kelly and Associates are proud to once again be supporters of CSC TV and the game of the week.
The Culver Eagles are
facing off for McDonogh, number 14, Gable Braun. McDonogh in their home whites.
The Eagles are coached by Coach Andy.
And facing off for Culver, of course, is Brett Hanser out of Huntsville, Ontario. He's a Hopkins commit. And we are set to go in a battle of two top 5 teams in the country on a beautiful day.
Gorgeous, not a cloud in the sky.
Great day to play lacrosse. Culver and their visiting Maroons. And McDonogh comes away with the early face-off victory. Unable to connect with the point man on the break. And the Eagles have it. Here's Liam Powderly. Powderly quickly to number 13, Chris Wilson. Now 32, Jack Sweeney. You just talked about him and his skill, and it's back in the capable hands of Powderly. Powderly up top, this is Simmons. Simmons shares it with 23, Griffin Catlett, just a junior. And Catlett wants to take it for a spin right to left.
Run a little mumbo, opener play for McDonogh. Nothing there. Nice defense by Culver. McDonogh setting up their offense.
And they did get Jack Parr over here on a short stick, so the attackman opportunity to dodge. Chooses the feet, shot outside, and gobbled up by Schmidt. Matthew Schmidt, the senior out of Worthington, Ohio. Baller of a save right there. Good one to get under your belt.
Max Schmidt played very well in the Gonzaga game yesterday. He's a Notre Dame commit, quality player.
And here's Culver now on the offense as Jacoboy spins it across the top, and it's now in the hands of Jackson Reed. He's an Ohio State commit.
Booker, what we're likely to see here is Culver has 10 Canadians on their team, so we'll see a lot of the Canadian two-man games out on the wings. Reed's very adept at it, as is Alex Simmons. And they're very skilled, especially when they get around the goal with typical Canadian ability.
Jacoboy spins it behind. He's being minded by number 7, Chris Smith, junior defenseman. And now it's up with number 7, William Clayton. Clayton gets under, shot, goal! Get up, stand up, come up, put your hands up.
Well, a little right there, when we see this replay, they did a little bit of that wing two-man pick play. Number 7, William Clayton, gets underneath his man, and when these Canadians get around the goal, you really might as well just chalk it up.
And the thing I want to bring out of you, if they can get in tight, they can finish from outside. They have so many of that little skill set. Like you said, the Canadians just seem to have it to the nth degree. Is that correct?
Very much so. You know, they're used to playing in confined spaces, and when they get out here on this big field, it's like the whole world opens up to them, you know. And obviously they maintain their in-tight abilities, but then they show a great ability to shoot it from the outside.
Gable Braun with another face-off win, and the Eagles come down straight down the teeth. little bit of an intentional grounding there on the shot. Powderly gets it out. Some talk, it's going to be McDonogh possession.
Well, so far, McDonogh's 2-0 on the faceoffs. Gable Braun is a freshman. He moved here from Florida. He played last year as an 8th grader in Florida and was considered the best faceoff man in the whole state last year as an 8th grader.
Yeah.
He's just a 9th grader now, and he's been a huge part of what McDonogh has done so far this year. McDonogh has been traditionally played a little bit more methodical. Now they want to get up and down the field because they know they're going to get the ball back because Braun's so good at the faceoff X.
And this is Powderly now possessing and shares it behind the cage. Short stick dodge. No luck, just good defense there. Looked like Matty Hillgardner getting a run. I gotta love seeing him out there.
Well, it looks like what they're doing with Sweeney is they rolled Sweeney up to play with his midfield unit, and they put Matt Hillgardner behind. Another tremendous save. Got it
No
with his
soup
left
for
foot.
you. Not happening. Schmitty is feeling it early. And now Ryan Hollenbeck, senior out of Indianapolis, with the punt return clear. But credit Matthew Schmidt. His father David's got to be pretty pumped about that one. Jacoboy's now up at the top of the box. And like you said, they flip-flop their attacking middies a lot. They don't, obviously they bring in new guys because fatigue does play an issue.
Well, Hollenbeck, who's leaving the game, is their short stick defensive middie. Their assistant coach told us before the game that he considers him the best at his position in the country. Another Culver guy going to Notre Dame.
15 Jackson Reed here on the near side. Keep an eye on him. As Culver sets up far side, they like that little two-man game. Give the guy the option. Shot, goal. Credit that one to 14, Jake Stevens.
It's another Canadian, you know, and he got top side. They set up a two-man screen out there on the wing. When we watch this replay, you'll watch 14 gets top side. McDonogh thought he was going to go underneath like Culver did for their first goal. Well, that guy kept running. He's got good legs, 14 does, Jack Stevens, and he gets into the middle of the goal. And those are very difficult saves for any goalie. So far, 2 great saves at this end by the goaltender Matthew Schmidt for Culver. It's allowed them to get 2 great offensive possessions, scored their 2 for 2. There's Culver trying to try somebody different on the faceoff X with Ethan Barragan, a junior. He wasn't successful either.
Parr gets it up top, and now it's Ty Mitchell.
Now this is
with number 3, Nolan Manafu.
I apologize. This is McDonogh running a 3rd midfield line into the game. In the games we've seen that McDonough's played so far, they're intent on getting as many kids into the game as they can. On offense already, we've seen 4 attackmen and 10 midfielders. It's 14 guys have been in the game, and we're not, 5 minutes in.
McDonogh possesses in the form of Liam Powderly. He gets behind. And this is Sweeney. Sweeney pass goes awry, and now it's going to be Culver ball to clear. First quarter brought to you by Kelly & Associates, payroll technology and benefit solutions. Go to kellyway.com to learn how Kelly can help you. Kelly & Associates, always proud to support the efforts of these fine athletes and coaches. Referees for today's game, G. Gordon Liddy, Ted Nugent, and Erwin Fletcher. Great crew. A crew that understands it's all ball bearings. Culver up 2-0 in the Road Maroons as they patiently move it around. I love the play of Austin McDonogh behind the cage, number 32. There's the two-man game. They use the pick. Dion comes up and presents the opposition that thwarts the effort. Culver now back in it. This is Alex Simmons. Jacoboys. That shot had some pace on it.
That was a nifty little play by Culver right then.
Bob Shriver wins it first. race to Nifty of your first win of the year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, we're 2-0 here at McDonogh. We'll be back. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Huddles, camps, teams, building three-dimensional athletes and coaches.
The Intercollegiate Men's Lacrosse Coaches Association will be presenting its first ever official recruiting event this summer. All the action takes place June 16th to the 18th at Lebanon Valley College, with hundreds of college coaches from all levels watching the teams, leading instructional sessions, and speaking at recruiting seminars. Go to imlcanationalcup.com to learn more. The IMLCA National Cup, it's more than just a tournament. The Intercollegiate
This game is being broadcast live. Go to www.corrigansports.com.
Our viewers benefit and learn from the way they use that.
Well, with a two-man game, anybody that watches any basketball, the high screen and roll in college basketball and pro basketball is one of the biggest things they all do on offense. And this is really the same idea. Somebody that's setting a pick will slip it. Somebody that is using the pick will go underneath it, or he'll go topside. We've seen all that. And I think Coach Hilgardner just called a timeout because he wants to make sure his defense understands completely how they want to approach that picking action on the side.
The IMLCA National Cup, June 17th and 18th. The Men's Lacrosse Coaches Association putting on the National Cup at Lebanon Valley College, grad years 2018 through 2021. Welcome to participate. Go to CorriganSports.com to learn more about the IMLCA National Cup. Here we come out of the timeout. Culver still comfortable with the two-man game. Shot awry.
That time the picker was 6. He slipped the pick, 32. McDonogh made a beautiful little dump to him.
Yep.
So we've seen a little bit of everything so far. McDonogh right now, if you notice, they're shorting one of the Culver attackmen, and they're putting their two poles. There's BJ influencing the game, as we said in the opening, with a beautiful check. But anyhow, McDonogh has decided to short one of their short stick with one of their shorties on a Culver attackman, who they don't feel is very much part of the game. Great save. Great save by Abramson there.
Abramson standing on his head right now. Little Ollie Abramson, the senior goalie. We talked a little bit about him. We're going to get into that later. This is certainly a great opportunity to see two top 5 teams in the country. And we thank our sponsors. First and foremost, Kelly & Associates. Go to kellyway.com. There's your under dodge, and Ollie Abramson's got a tough time trying to save that one. That's number 7, William Clayton.
This is Clayton's second goal, and very similar to his first goal when he, coming down the wing, he gives him this little fake, ducks and gets inside, and with his strong hand, his right hand, and now he's inside on the goalie. Look at the poor goalie.
Yeah, that's
What's a goalie going to do here? A little late sliding by McDonogh, and he's in there getting a layup. So far, McDonogh hasn't been able to handle the Canadian game, quite honestly.
Game. Yep. And here we are back at the face-off dot. And somewhere Matty Cruz is crying.
The race?
No.
Deuces?
Deuces.
We
no
can't
chance.
do it.
No
Maybe
chance.
you can get a Cinco de Tayo.
We always have our fun. McDonogh doing great on the face-offs today.
4-0 so far.
Jack Sweeney possesses and gets it to Powderly. Back to Sweeney, and the Eagles look back up with their first midfield. This is 23 Griffin Catlett Jr.
This is an all-junior midfield. Catlett, Pitts, and Simmons, and they are all very talented. Catlett going to Duke. Simmons is headed to Georgetown. Pitts right now is uncommitted, but he's a quality player.
Post toasties for Catlett, and another junior that McDonogh is without today, Andrew Hurdle.
Andrew Hurdle
is a guy
ripped
who
his
loves to compete.
He ripped his ACL in a game a couple weeks ago and is out for the season. It's too bad. He's a terrific player and an incredible shooter.
Culver Military Academy, Luke Anderson.
They love this guy, too. They think Luke Anderson and Hallenbach are the best pair of short stick defensive middies. Anderson, 33, is a senior. He's going to Dartmouth. Culver is
couldn't get into Roanoke.
Couldn't get into Roanoke.
Or
Washington College, I think.
Washington
he applied
College.
to both.
All three, and obviously you waltz into Dartmouth. I mean, 2-5. Culver on offense. Yet to have a man up today, too, with 3 minutes left in the first as Reed gets it across the top.
There's a little 1-4-1. Nice save.
Yep.
It was a good shot.
Great save by Abramson. And they're going to call the nudging a push, and that'll give the possession back to Culver in their Road Maroons.
Here's Clayton. No, this isn't Clayton again. This is Stevens.
Jake Stevens.
Who's going to run sort of diagonally to the goal, it looks like, and try that underneath move again. See if they're not trying to set that up. This is pick your poison a little bit for McDonogh. You know, they got a pole 15 or 6, and they stuck the pole on 15, and 6 is over here with a very favorable matchup. Nice check.
Jacoboy dodges the middle. Culver comes away with the loose ball, and now it's Jake Stevens. Left-hand side, Jackson Reed, and Simmons will gather. Tell you who I haven't seen yet and I need to see is Cam Chevette, the sophomore out of Cleveland. I mean, he plays a tough brand of lacrosse. Number 4 for Culver Military. Here he is cutting on the crease. But Cam Chevette can play. He plays like his dad's a hockey player. That's how he plays the game.
Here's the two-man lefty game, which we haven't seen yet.
And Jackson Reed, acceleration, domination.
There's your man, Cameron Chevette. Makes a nice pick. This is the first time we've seen the left-handers on this wing with the two-man game. BJ stuck there. He didn't know whether to go outside the pick or underneath the pick. That time he elected to go outside the pick. 15 gets his hands, gets inside him a little bit and really just dunked it. It's a really, really hard game to play. You've got to decide, are you going to jump the pick? Or are you going to go outside it, underneath it? How are you going to play it? And so far, Culver's doing an exceptional job with their two-man game.
Another face-off push forward by Braun for McDonogh, and they are going to come away with possession. Winning face-offs hasn't been a problem. It's the things after that. Powderly touches it in, and now it's number 13, Chris Wilson. Thrilled with the way he's been playing wings in his career. Riley Mitchell, his mom Kim Mitchell, lower school teacher here at McDonogh School.
Here's McDonogh electing to play a little 5-on-5. They're keeping their pole, their long stick pole, who was on the face-off. They're keeping him over in the corner by the bench and occupying Culver's face-off man. So they're playing 5-on-5 right now. They like this setup.
Mitchell dodges around now, gets it into Powderly.
Both teams executed a sub really well there. Culver got their pole in, McDonogh got their offensive midi in.
And this is Maddie Hillgardner. Sophomore turns back, time room, and Schmitty, he's seeing the ball well today, obviously, Bob, right?
He's seen everything so far, but included in that was a terrific first save, and then he got a foot on the second save.
And that'll do it for the first quarter. 4-0 Culver. First quarter brought to you by Kelly & Associates. Go to kellyway.com. Kelly, proud supporters of the Game of the Week. Diversified Insurance Industries. Commercial and personal insurance, risk management, and specialty programs. Get more information and contact an advisor at DII-INS.com. The MIAA Lacrosse Championships return to Johns Hopkins' iconic home Woodfield this May. The title is up for grabs in this powerhouse conference that features the best rivalries in high school lacrosse. The action begins with the A Conference semifinals on Monday, May 22nd, and champions will be crowned on Thursday, May 25th. Log on to MIAAlacrosse.com for schedule and ticket information. MIAA Lacrosse, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today. At Kelly, we provide integrated total benefits, payroll, and workforce management solutions for employers of every size. Save time and control costs. Visit kellyway.com.
At Whole Foods Market, we believe in food that's naturally beautiful, fresh, and nutritious. So there are no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives in any of the food we sell. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises. If you can dream it, we'll make it happen. Hey, Bob, let's talk about an event you're fairly familiar with, the MIAA Lacrosse Championships. May 22nd is the A Conference semifinals, and then May 25th, the C, the B, and then the A Conference Championship games at historic and iconic Homewood Field at Johns Hopkins. Go to www.miaalacrosse.com to reserve your tickets today. What's your best memory of coaching in a championship game at Hopkins?
Hopkins
At
Hopkins is a great place to play because the fans are so close to the field. Towson's also a great place to play. The fans are a little bit far away, so it's not as kind of an intimate setting as it is at Towson. At Hopkins. Last time we were there playing in a playoff game, we actually lost to Coach Hilgardner's team my last year coaching in the semifinals at Hopkins. So that wasn't a great memory. So let's talk about something else.
Oh, I said championships.
Championship, maybe 06. I think we played a team that was coached by Booker Corrigan.
I think you did. I think we discussed that. It was fairly even in the coaching box, but you had a great team. Second quarter brought to you by FCA Lacrosse Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
I'd say right now McDonogh just wants to settle down and, get a really nice possession, see if they can't get their first goal on the board. They're a little frustrated right now, I got to believe. But I would also add that this year they've been very close to a couple games at halftime. Chaminade they played the other day. It was 4-4 at halftime. They won 10-6. They played down in North Carolina against Highland Park from Lake Highland Prep, from Orlando, and the game was close, and there's just what the doctor ordered for McDonogh.
Acceleration, domination that time by Simmons, the junior midfielder, left-handed, and I tell you, that is a well-placed shot, Bob. We're going to see on the replay. Talk about pinging the low corner.
Well, Jack's he is a natural lefty, and he's got great speed. On top of that, he's also got a tremendous shot. He can shoot the ball very hard and accurately, actually with both hands, but he got to his natural hand, ran right down the alley. I call it down, if you think about a football, hash marks. Yeah. He's running right down the hash marks, which is a great place to shoot from.
Back at the face-off dot.
Culver's now trying a pole. This is the third different guy they've tried against Braun, and Braun is having his way.
Here's Jack Parr now being guarded by number 5, Keelan Duff. A couple Duffs on this squad.
Yeah, Keelan's the
younger. Duff.
Yeah, Keelan's a sophomore, younger of the two, headed to Maryland, and his older brother Liam's going to Delaware.
Straight back to Jack Simmons.
He's in again.
You see the speed and you see the goal. It's like a replay, but the shot went a different place.
First one he shot low. That one he decided to go high, and it's got so much pace on it. It's a very hard one to save. Again, thinking of a football field, the hash marks on a football field. Watch Jack. He's going to run right down those imaginary football hash marks. It's a great place to shoot. He's got legs to run by anybody, and we saw him do it there.
As the kids say today, he's got legs for days. And there's the high shot this time. Jack Simmons, the hot hand. And this time they go with Baranigan on the faceoff, and he wins it, but he is in a world of trouble right now. Welcome to B.J. Farrar's world, and B.J. Farrar, I tell you, that's a best-case scenario for Baranigan. Man Up going to be brought to you by Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast. Pick up your Royal Farms reward card today and register your card to earn points for every dollar spent, including special offers. Details at all ROFO locations and royalfarms.com. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast. And, Bob, we talked about your favorite ROFO. Let's talk about how important this Man Up is right now for Culver going against the now hot McDonogh team.
Well, McDonogh just scored 2 straight goals. It's a great opportunity for Culver to get one of them back. You know, we're looking out there again, the Canadian influence. Maybe we'll see a little fake flip, a hidden ball trick or something along those lines. We'll definitely see some box fakes from these guys as they move the ball around the perimeter.
Austin McDonogh, 32 up top. And now it's number 9, Robinson.
Sort of an all-set 3-3. This is a play, it looks like they're running something that Syracuse does a lot of, which is rotating the right-handed players.
Yep. Now it's McDonogh.
Now they're in a straight 3.
Oof.
There's Reed, my Lord. He can bring it. BJ, on that penalty that he got, it was only a 30-second push, and McDonogh is now even.
Here's Simmons. Gets it back from Jacobois. Simmons with a short stick guarding him. Short stickman Christian Etchinson is now going to shut him off. And Jake Stevens, little 2-man game, gets top side. Jacobois, always moving his feet, always got his hands free. Like to see him cash one in, and now we're going to get another foul against McDonogh. Flags everywhere. It's Bastille Day. Happy July 14th.
Off the ball, number 10 for McDonogh, Christian Etchinson. He just knocked the guy right over. He didn't even have the ball. Not a great play.
Backhand goal that time by 32, Austin McDonogh. McDonogh just kind of reached around.
Well, now, so we've seen a 2-man play from the right wing, a 2-man play from the left wing. Now we see one a little bit behind the goal. McDonogh slipped the pick a little bit, throw him a ball, and he's a right-handed lacrosse player. The Canadians are typically all one-handed, and instead of coming around shooting that left-handed, he shot it, over his shoulder into a good spot.
Little right-handed backhander. I feel like every player in high school lacrosse is now as good as Tommy Marachek was when he was at Syracuse, with their ability to, flick the ball behind the ball, between the legs of the ball.
Well, I don't know that there's many that are that skilled.
Yeah, well, Tommy was never really that good anyway.
This
kid, first teamer.
Yeah, really. Yeah. And he did he play with the Gates, I believe?
Yeah, I think he. And we got a crease violation after the shot. And again, Schmitty staying to his ground.
Braun, honestly, is putting on some show so far. I mean, this is just a freshman in high school going against some men. And Culver's got some men. Some big, strong, strapping kids. They go to a military school. They're in shape. They're physically fit. And he's really putting on quite a show.
This is Simmons. Simmons will stop and go. Now he's got a chance to spin. Pulls it back. And William Clayton possesses, and now it's over with Jackson Reed. I've been thrilled with the defensive effort so far of Jack Parker, the sophomore out of Ida, Michigan. Jack Packa. Godden Jack Pa. Clayton still spinning with it. Simmons doesn't get the step he wanted. Pump fakes inside. Now you get top side. Jacobois just wide.
That was Reed.
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's the second time he's had a shot from that position, and I can guarantee you he's not going to keep missing them.
Yeah.
He hit a pipe a second ago, and that one he threw over the goal.
Here's Jacobois. Five to 2 your score, halfway point, just about. Second quarter brought to you by FCA Lacrosse Fellowship Christian Athletes, building three-dimensional athletes and coaches. Now Jacobois guarded by the short stick. Looks to accelerate, puts the shoulder in. No slide yet. Stays left-handed, rolls back righty, shot, goal. Jacobois goes 5-hole. And for a kid whose dad's a swimmer, he's pretty athletic. He's got some athletic genes.
Well, again, Jacobois, ironically, happens to be an American kid. Although he looks like he's predominantly left-handed, he rang down that left-handed side and came back right-handed. Didn't look like he was completely comfortable with the right hand, but he got, as we say, top side again. Yep. Good angle on the goal. Tough save for any goalie to make there.
The NCAA future champions date Memorial Day weekend up in Foxborough, Massachusetts, right near Gillette Stadium. Registered teams will receive 20 free tickets. Make sure you log on to cselax.com and learn about that. Yet another face-off win, Bob.
Another face-off win in Culver's second violation. If they have another violation this half on the face-off X, McDonogh will get an extra man, which is something I'm sure they'd like to have the opportunity to do.
And here's
Simmons
the two
again.
Goals, and he gets
Late
that same
slide.
spot.
The goalie got that.
Oh, what a save by Schmidt on the inside.
Jeez,
not you, fat Jesus. Not up in here.
I don't know what that. It looks like Culver must have had a moving pick somewhere in there. They pushed somebody off the ball while the goalie had it in his stick. Turned the ball over to McDonogh.
Here's Powderly, and now we get a violation off ball again.
Not sure what happened there. I did not see anything. I apologize.
Referee G. Gordon Liddy making that call. And you saw it build up of filth and muck on the window.
Here's Hallenbach. He's a strapping kid. They're just giving the ball to him or Anderson and letting them run the ball out. McDonogh may eventually set up a ride and try to get BJ to cover that guy to see if he can't get the ball on the ground. Here's a little fake flip. 15 has the ball in his stick. McDonogh recognized that.
Yeah, it's usually the guy who's cradling the most who doesn't have the ball in those. And you mentioned Joel Tinney, who did the big one this spring. He's a Culver alum.
He is a Culver alum. One of the many great ones that they've
Ethan
had.
Walker, another Culver alum.
You know, there's a lot of freshmen doing great things in Division I college lacrosse. Ethan Walker, Denver, is one of them.
Jackson Morrill, McDonogh alum.
Yeah, doing a great job up at Yale.
And now we got trouble for number 14, Jake Stevens, and we get a timeout by Coach Poser. We had a timeout. Now that McDonogh wants to get started again, they're feeling a little hot. We're going to step away. It's 6-2 Culver. Here's a replay of the last goal. Jacobois fakes left, goes right, bingo. The MIAA Lacrosse Championships return to Johns Hopkins' iconic Homewood Field this May. The title is up for grabs in this powerhouse conference that features the best rivalries in high school lacrosse. The action begins with the A Conference semifinals on Monday, May 22nd, and champions will be crowned on Thursday, May 25th. Log on to MIAAlacrosse.com for schedule and ticket information. MIAA Lacrosse, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today. After a great first year in Philly, the NCAA Future Champions Lacrosse Tourney will be up in Foxborough in conjunction with the NCAA National Championship Weekend. Be on the field for pregame at Gillette Stadium. Put together a special squad just for this event, or bring your established boys or girls team to cselax.com. Get 20 tickets per team plus parking passes. Go to cselax.com to reserve your space. Thunder Bay Lacrosse Apparel absolutely fantastic lax gear. And that logo lefty, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Check it out. Check it at ThunderBayApparel.com. Use the promo code MIAA LAX for a half-off tie for a limited time. Go to ThunderBayApparel.com. Bob, BJ Farrar now short stick, stud.
Well, they've done this also this year as they've played BJ with his pole and his short stick. They're trying to get the absolute best defensive match on the field that they can. BJ with his shorty is as effective as he is with a pole. So now they got 4 poles and BJ on the field with their other short stick defensive midfield. So they like this matchup. At some point in time, you know, McDonogh could possibly think about a zone. However, I don't know that you ever want to zone up a team with as many skilled offensive players as Culver seems to have, or that we've witnessed so far.
I respect the idea of avoiding that, but just give them something different to look at.
Sure.
Because they've gotten used to this, man. It's tough. I mean, with this many skilled guys, Jackson Reed rolls back. BJ Farrar, early slide, toe drag. Now it's up top, and Cam Chivette's going to bring it in. And I've just been told his dad was an ice hockey player at Brown State, who used to be an Ivy League school, if I'm not mistaken. Here is Chivette. Gets the inside, pulls back. A lot of action on the inside there, Bob. You like your crease guys.
Well,
they're working.
Off-ball guys with Canadians and Indians, basically because of their incredible stick skills. Off-ball guys are open when their stick's open. They might look like they're covered, but they're open. 32 just then. Look at that.
Great save by Ollie Abramson. And McDonogh comes away. And I tell you, I really want to thank the McDonogh Athletic Administration, Matt McMullen, Mickey Deegan doing a great job setting us up today. Our production folks having a great time. Shot, goal, fast break, lacrosse. Tic-tac-toe.
Culver did actually a bad job there getting their substitute in. They were late getting back on defense. And the guy coming in out of the box, he went to the wrong side to make this check. Watch this play here. The pole gets free when if the guy had checked properly on the back of the poles. Watch this. See, he goes in front of the pole. He could have gotten the ball on the ground from behind. And I would say that that's not the goal we just had. And then you saw BJ made the winning assist, or the assist for the goal. Culver is now on their 4th face-off man today.
Facing off now, number 3, Patrick O'Hara. They've run Ethan Bernanke. And, of course, the bulk of the face-offs.
Freshman against freshman. Patrick from Michigan, and there's Cable Braun from Florida playing here in Maryland.
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
Well, Maryland's a hotbed. I got that part, but everything else doesn't make sense in that statement.
That's it. Third violation against Culver. McDonogh will be extra man now for 30 seconds. Another great opportunity.
Referee Erwin Fletcher couldn't wait to throw that flag. You don't have to throw it that high, do you? On a call that you have to make. Like everybody knows, you just pick it up and don't drop it on the ground.
Well, he just wanted to alert everybody that there was a penalty so everybody could get their personnel on the field.
This Man Up brought to you by Royal Farms. Their rewards card are available at every register and earn points for every dollar spent, including the special offers. Go to ROFO locations or royalfarms.com.
McDonogh is another team that will also do a little of this fake flipping, especially up here in the corner of the offensive box, and then they'll maybe fake. Here comes something. They might fake flip to somebody and then look to throw the ball through the defense.
Jack Parr gets it back around, and Powderly is going to push it up top.
Catlett with his hands free.
Oh, shot sting in the corner. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure and 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name Rocket Man.
Really, McDonogh was just in a little bit of an offset 3-3 there. The two guys were actually kind of behind the goal. Culver should have come up a little bit higher once the ball got in front of the goal, and they didn't do it. And you got Catlett standing over there where Simmons has scored 2 goals, and Catlett, like Simmons, also has a cannon, which we just witnessed.
And it spawned from the face-off violation penalty.
And the problems that Culver has had facing off so far today.
Culver wins the face-off. They win possession, and they're able to push things. Patrick O'Hara, and now he
trying to do too much.
May have bitten off more than he could chew right there.
Yep,
BJ
absolutely.
Farrar.
Instant fast break. Instant.
I laugh when I see him run. He is that fast. Oh, and they're going to call a hold. Culver's going to go man down again, and they're going to get – they look like they were trying to pick up a couple slashes, too. There's another. It looked like they had an interest in picking up some fouls.
I don't know why they blew the whistle. The flag was down. McDonogh had possession.
Yeah. He may have said he stepped in the crease or moving pick or this man up also brought the man ups. Thank you. Brought to you by Rural Farms. Real fresh, real fast. And I got to tell you, the Summer Rumble, June 10th and 11th down at River City Sportsplex in Richmond, Virginia. Visit cselax.com to learn more. The Summer Rumble in Richmond, an absolutely fantastic event. 12 turf fields, great action, great people running the event. It works, and people flock to it. College coaches come there to recruit. Now, Bob, what's the summer event, NFHS?
The National High School Lacrosse Showcase, which is a summer event for high schools only, that actually Coach Hillgardner and I, with another friend, we run. It's been a wonderful event. It's growing every year. Under Armour's our sponsor. Culver is a regular visitor.
Right. And the reason it's so valuable is the teams are able to measure what they have on the horizon.
What they have on the horizon, and college coaches love to come watch kids play, not necessarily in a club ball, in a system that they're used to playing for in the spring when college coaches can't get an opportunity to see them. So it's turned out to be a really great event.
I mean, you talk about the individual events that exist these days. The Under Armour underclass tryout is second to none from college coaches coming to watch individuals. But there's also a time and a place to have your team, your high school team, watch. And here we go with McDonogh. 2 men up, staying 3-3. Shot just wide.
Culver's just hoping that Matthew Schmidt can make a great save. And obviously, McDonogh's looking for the best shot. Not necessarily the first one. That might have been the first shot, but they're looking for what we call the best shot. Not a great pass.
That ball is not going to make it to out of bounds.
There's one place you will cover when you're down 2 men, and that's the crease.
Sweeney trades it. Shot goes wide, and the penalties expire. It's McDonogh possession on the restart. But as we like to say, Bob, the penalty's not over until the puck's out of the zone. And there you go. Liam Powderly. Freaking on brothers every way like MJ. Yeah, today was a good day.
Well, here's McDonogh showing something that they've made a habit of doing this year, and that's the ability to hang in there. They're obviously right back into this game. They've been down 4 goals twice in this game. It's a 1-goal game. They're going to win the next face-off, we got to assume.
Yeah, they have won face-offs.
Well, the unfortunate thing, Culver won the last face-off, and number 3, the freshman Patrick O'Hara, got guilty of trying to do too much. BJ put the ball on the ground, and then they fouled him.
McDonogh with the brief win. Farrar had it in and out. Jackson Reed now 3-on-2 for the Culver Military Academy Eagles, and they will take a timeout. We will step away. 6-5 your score at McDonogh. At Kelly, we provide integrated total benefits, payroll, and workforce management solutions for employers of every size. Save time and control costs. Visit kellyway.com. Maryland's top high school teams are in action at the 2017 PNC Lacrosse Invitational. The action takes place on Saturday, April 8th at Loyola University's Ridley Athletic Complex. The girls' game features National Power McDonogh taking on Good Counsel at 5 p.m. The boys' game follows with Baltimore's Loyola Blakefield facing D.C. rival Bullis at 7. Log on to PNCinvitational.com, the PNC Invitational, where high school lacrosse takes center stage.
At Whole Foods Market, we believe in food that's naturally beautiful, fresh, and nutritious. So there are no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives in any of the food we sell. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
The Under Armour All-American Underclass Tryouts in Baltimore, May 31st to June 1st. Goucher. Go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com and register. The Midwest tryout, of course, near Columbus, Ohio, and it'll be June 13th and 14th. Go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com to learn more. Bob, you've been a part of the Under Armour Senior All-American game. It's pretty special.
Both of those games are really very good. You know, the underclassmen get a chance to try out all across the country, play in front of a lot of college coaches at Towson, and then the senior game has become obviously the premier all-star game for high school lacrosse players, both men and women. Second quarter brought to you by FCA Lacrosse. Go to FCALax.com to learn about how they're building three-dimensional athletes and coaches. Culver called a timeout with 1:30 seconds left. I'm sure Coach Posner is dialing something up, but I think what he would Posner, excuse me, but what he really wants to do very much, he would love to actually, unless he gets a layup, to take the last shot, because he knows he's not going to win the next face-off, and he'd like to keep the ball that he's gotten right now. Cameron Chevette, hitch and go, opts to move it. Inside move, shot goes just wide. Now he really doesn't have to worry about the referees, I think, putting on the shot clock. They made a good attempt at the goal. Sure. They could clearly kind of hold this ball to the last shot of the half. Here's Wheaton Jacobois. He's headed to Notre Dame. He will be the fourth generation of Jacobois to go to Notre Dame. His grandfather, John, was a star for Notre Dame in the old days, riding the Comet Vomit in and out of Chi-Town. As we have 20 seconds now to shoot. Jake Stevens pushes it across the top. Looking for the two-man game. Chevette rolling back. Now 10 on the time. Oh, low to high. Goodness. Unleashing anger. The two-man play on the left side. There's Reed, who's had two great opportunities from right there so far in this game. He hit the pipe, missed the goal. That one he didn't miss. And as you like to say, he took the elevator up to the top floor on that one. Dropped his stick low. Goalies typically go down, and he elevated the ball up over his shoulder. Twisted wrister. Tremendous shot. Where Grandma hides the Thin Mints. You'll notice on this face-off, Culver's got two guys about as far down this face-off lines on the perimeter of the X as possible. They're going to run right in and play defense and forget any offensive initiative. Shot goes wide, and it's halftime. We have a great halftime segment. Don't go anywhere. A little behind-the-scenes look at the Under Armour stuff. Booker Corrigan, Bob Shriver, excited, just like the rug ties the room together. Halftime highlights and stats tie the game together. We'll be back. The Under Armour Underclass Tryout is the most respected recruiting event in the country. Corrigan Sports puts on 20 regional tryouts across the nation prior to the underclass tournament July 4th weekend at Towson University. Let's go behind the scenes at the Baltimore tryout to learn more about this extensive process.
Everybody get clipboard, yeah? Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you guys, all of you, for coming. We are really excited. We have about 130 girls here tonight that were pre-registered. I know there's been a bunch of walk-ups, so it should be a solid tryout for us. What you have in your hand is a clipboard of all of the teams. We will get the walk-ups information to you as well, but everybody, you will only see their jersey number and their position on your clipboard. So basically, the tryout structure is just scrimmages, so we're running two fields tonight. This is field one. Field two is down here behind the athletic center. So we'll just split everybody up between two groups. All teams play on all fields. So if you're stuck up on field one, don't feel like you have to get down to field two. They're all going to rotate through. So if we want to make sure that you guys, there's a group on field two and a group on field one. At 4:15, we're going to pull the goalies out. We've not done that before on the girls' side, so we're excited to do that this year. We have 20 goalies registered for this tryout. So we're going to split them up 10 and 10. We have a couple shooters come in. It's just to get them a couple extra looks. If you guys feel like you want to see feed shot or one-on-ones, if there's something else that we can do that you want to see besides just straight shooting, like, we can set that up as well. We have about 45 minutes with just the goalies. So
Upon arrival at the tryout, each college coach is given a perfectly designed information booklet with a quick reference page of each athlete in numerical order. The college coach can easily establish the name of each candidate by their assigned number and then go to that athlete's specific page. Each candidate's page is clearly labeled with their high school and club team affiliation, as well as contact information for them and their family. Each athlete also has their academic standing, their grade point average, and test scores, everything a college coach could use to establish a relationship with a potential student athlete.
I know probably a lot of you know the kids out here, be it players, whatever, from camps and stuff. Please don't refer to any of the players by name. So if you need to get the attention of a player that you know, please refer to them by their jersey number. This is a true evaluation of today's and tomorrow's tryout. So the best player in the state could be trying out tonight and have the worst game ever. Maybe tonight and tomorrow she comes back, it's better. But it's a true evaluation on just today and tomorrow's tryouts. Unfortunately, if there's a player that's injured and can't be here tonight, she's not eligible to make the team. If a player is here tonight and can't come tomorrow or vice versa and they're only here for one night, that doesn't make them ineligible to make the team, but certainly would take somebody that was here for both nights over somebody that was here just the one night.
What we talked about yesterday, the teams aren't limited to that. You guys can add whoever you want. Obviously, still look at all the girls. You should still have your sheets from yesterday. Use that, make more notes. So give everyone else a chance again today. This could be a good day for someone that we didn't put on our list from yesterday to come out and have a really good day. And they could be someone you guys consider for that callback game.
Through the second night's action, evaluators are highlighting the players they want to see play in the callback game. When the best play against the best, the evaluators are watching closely, and the college coaches are watching even closer.
So we're going to go through team order, kind of using that list from before, but also allowing for any additions and subtractions. So starting from the top, from team 1, we had 418. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call out a list of numbers. You all are staying for the callback game. I'm going to call them out by position, and then once I'm done with the entire list, I'm going to have you guys come down here by position, and I'm just going to split you up onto 2 teams. You guys are going to play 2 15-minute halves, and if the evaluators are good after that, then you guys are going to be free to go, and we will have the teams announced within 48 hours on UnderArmourLacrosse.com.
Following both nights of the tryout section, evaluators find a quick and convenient location to capture one another's thoughts on which players will fit together the best to create a team capable of winning the championship July 4th weekend at Towson University. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises. If you can dream it, we'll make it happen. The MIAA Lacrosse Championships return to Johns Hopkins' iconic Homewood Field this May. The title is up for grabs in this powerhouse conference that that features the best rivalries in high school lacrosse. The action begins with the A Conference semifinals on Monday, May 22nd, and champions will be crowned on Thursday, May 25th. Log on to MIAAlacrosse.com for schedule and ticket information. MIAA Lacrosse, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today.
At Whole Foods Market, we believe in food that's naturally beautiful, fresh, and nutritious. So there are no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives in any of the food we sell. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
Diversified Insurance Industries. Commercial and personal insurance, risk management, and specialty programs. Get more information and contact an advisor at dii-ins.com. And a good day to you, sir. Halftime here in a 7-5 game. And I got to give a quick mention to my friends in Kansas City and in British Columbia, Canada, who are watching, who are reaching out to us. Booker Corrigan here with Bob Shriver. Shrives, we have some halftime highlights that we're going to get into. But what is your take on the game as you see it unfolding right now?
Well, the game is Culver can score virtually anytime they get the ball. The problem is they can't win a face-off. McDonogh settled down, played a little bit better defense in the second quarter. This is a typical Culver goal. First one of the game by Clayton. Two-man game on the right side. He gets underneath. Here's McDonogh. Incredible save by Schmidt there with his foot. It was a great opportunity for McDonogh. Now we get a Culver guy topside. He scores. We're going to see Clayton score again, I think, here in a second. Yeah, this is the same play he scored on the first goal. Almost a carbon copy. And we just watched Culver work their Canadian two-man games on the respective right and left wings, and even a little bit behind the goal. And they're really, really good at it.
And as the quarter changed, the action changed, and McDonogh started cashing in. As we see Schmidt going down low one more time.
Here's McDonogh's first goal. Simmons goes back-to-back on the exact same play. That one he shot low. He's about to run down the hash marks here and shoot this high right up into the corner. Beautiful shot. He's got a cannon. So McDonough's back into it, but they gave up another goal here. There's a two-man game from behind. So we're seeing kind of typical Canadian offense that they're so used to running in the box. They can run really effectively outside.
And there's
that
Jackaboys. Yeah,
Jackaboys, that was more of a sort of a typical American-type dodge, if you will, where they weren't working a two-man game. Now McDonogh bangs a couple here. This one is on extra man. I think Catlett uncorks this absolutely cannon right up into the top left-hand corner over the goalie's shoulder. This was at the end of a penalty that Culver was two men down. The penalty was up. They're all even. Powderly makes a great play and just runs by him. Here's that two-man left-hand wing play. Reed, my goodness gracious, we've seen him. That's his third shot from that same spot. The first one he hit the pipe. Second one he throws over the goal. That one was money.
And you predicted. You said, great googly moogly. He's going to can that one no problem. As the teams break their huddles, ready for the second half, third quarter, every time. Brought to you by Diversified Insurance Industries. They craft custom insurance packages. Go to dii-ins.com for details. Diversified Insurance is proud to support the efforts of these fine athletes and coaches. Diversified Insurance Industries.
Well, McDonogh has Culver set up just where they want them. They're close at halftime, and as I mentioned a couple times already today, they're very good at coming back and have shown an ability to do that this year.
Face-off win this time. A little unique opportunity for Culver off the face-off win. Credit Patrick O'Hara, the freshman from Beverly Hills, Michigan. Not Beverly Hills, Paris Hilton.
Well, that time, O'Hara won a face-off at the end of the second quarter today, and he tried to do too much, and B.J. Farrar took the ball from him. McDonogh went right down the field and scored. That time, I think Coach Posner probably told O'Hara at halftime that if you win a face-off, please throw it to one of our guys.
Throw it to one of the hired guns, please. Yeah. Chevette behind the cage, number 4. He slowly developed. He's just a sophomore. for the Culver Military Academy Eagles, and here's a lefty rip.
There's Reed again.
Heads up out of the playground.
You know, I've said this a couple times, a little mumbo play. A mumbo play is sort of 4 guys across the front of the goal around the same height as the crease, and somebody on the wing goes in and picks for an inside guy who rolls out. That time Reed rolled out off the crease, got the ball on the wing, and just stepped around that guy a little bit.
Clayton, 2-man game going against Farrar. And this is Simmons. Simmons headed to Denver, but not until his time's finished. Oh, inside feed shot, post toasties. A little chaos right there.
Well, he dove into the crease on that play. I don't know that they would have counted the goal had it gone in. One adjustment McDonogh has made at the end of the second quarter, instead of B.J. Ferrer playing out there defensively with his pole, they now have him at a short stick, and it's made a big difference for them defensively. They get their best 4 poles other than B.J. on the field, but then they get B.J. with a shorty along with their other short stick defensive midfielder. I believe that they played Christian Etchison there some, as well as Casey Settleman. Oh my
shot
Lord.
goal 23. Griffin Catlett, the junior midi.
Goal scored by
like
number
that,
23,
7-6.
Griffin is a kid that just moved to Maryland. His mom got a job at Under Armour. He grew up in Oregon. He's going to Duke University. He's been known to have a terrific shot. He's a big, strong kid, and we've seen 2 of his shots so far today find the upper part of the goal. Big goal for McDonogh to start the second half.
The faceoffs have gotten back to being suspenseful. The first 4 or 5 weren't that suspenseful, but now there's a little bit more drama at the faceoff dot. McDonogh comes away with possession. The hit, and they let it go.
It was a good hit.
Yeah, good clean hit. A lot of times refs will throw a flag out of just seeing or hearing something like that. That was a good no call.
It's a great ground ball in traffic there by the face-off guy, Braun. Gives the ball up. McDonogh back on offense. Coming out with their first midfield again with Catlett, Simmons, and Pitts.
Not sure if I didn't see Jonathan Rubin out there on the face-off wing. Young little athlete who makes things happen on the field. And shot goes wide. I was looking at there was a hit there by Theodore Batson, number 11. Inside feed, shot goes wide.
Little 2-man game inside, kind of off and out of bounds. They freed up their best left-handed shooter on attack, Jack Parr.
Here's
just missed a
Powderly.
goal.
Powderly looking to creep right-handed.
Simmons with a head of steam.
Yep. Comes off the pick from Catlett, but Culver wisely sends both guys, and they took good angles. Catlett shot again just wide. This time backed up by Jack Parr is going to set it in. Speed dodge. Here's great save by Schmidt. Underneath him, Alex Pitts with the shot. I like the way he gets open off ball. But now it's Culver's chance to clear.
Watch the first half. Culver threw the ball out to this side of the field and ran up the sideline with their short stick defensive midfielder, either Hallenbach or Anderson. That time, McDonogh adjusted at halftime, and they put an attackman down there to shut him off and not allow him to get out so freely. 2 nice adjustments we've seen McDonogh make so far here in the second half.
Jackson Reed, number 15, shares it with number 14, Jake Stevens.
Catlett stuck on defense. Let's see if he can handle Simmons, he's a load, this kid.
Here's Chevette behind with Jacobois. Jacobois wants his left. Steps and then gives it back to Chevette.
You haven't heard Brandon Shore's name too much today. McDonogh's starting defenseman for 4 years. This is his senior year. And one of the reasons you haven't heard his name very much is typically his man has a great deal of difficulty penetrating the goal. He's a terrific player. Here's BJ.
And BJ making a game-changing style play. Flicks it over his shoulder. McDonogh bobbles it. Jack Sweeney, and now they good fortune on their side as Roma Mantelli touches it in. Here's Jack Parr, Powderly, and back into Sweeney.
Donna needs to change their midfield. So those kids have been out on the field a long time. They're coming in with this group that includes Matt Hillgartner, who I'm going to guess if he gets a shorty on him, they're going to roll him behind. Right now, the pole's covering him.
Love seeing Matty Hillgartner out there. Little brother Scotty and little Jake on the sidelines. Shea, of course, probably somewhere here.
Yelling at the coach, I think.
We are spoiled with just absolutely fantastic people coaching in the MIAA conference. Wraparound shot by Powderly, no good. And Jack Parr comes up with it. And it's back to Parr, the left-hander. Just pulled the string a little bit on that.
Culver was very, very lucky there. They played awful defense on that play behind the goal. They were really fortunate that McDonogh didn't tie a game up.
Third quarter brought to you by Diversified Insurance Industries. They craft custom insurance packages. Go to dii.ins.com to learn more. They are proud to support the athletes and coaches of the MIAA Game of the Week on CSC TV. Diversified Insurance Industries.
There's a diversified man sitting out here watching the game, Sal DiPietro.
Great lacrosse all over the place. And the MIA season hasn't even started yet. The conference season.
MIA season doesn't even start until April 18th. We're still 3 weeks away, basically, from yesterday before the season even starts. It's crazy.
It's going to be an unbelievable spring. And Culver, the reigning Interact champions, they took down Haverford last year. And thrilled to have all those folks from Kansas City and British Columbia tuning in today. And that's going to be a crease violation unless they call a push. They don't.
McDonogh's adjusted a little bit there. They really did a nice job forcing Reed sort of to not get in front of the goal, force him down the alley there behind the goal, fell into the crease. We've seen Simmons, their right-handed sniper, do the same thing on the other side of the goal.
And here is McDonogh's version of Simmons. Jack Simmons shares it with Sweeney, and they get it behind to Powderly, and then all the way back up top to Griffin Catlett.
Going to run a little three-man midfield play. He's either going to shoot it or throw it back, hit the pipe.
Rings it off the post.
They were going to run a little three-man midfield play. He had the option to shoot that or throw it back to Pitts, who would have chucked it across the field, I think, to Simmons.
Here's Powderly. Simmons. Hard bouncer by Griffin Catlett. He's got a couple goals on today as the third quarter starts to trickle away.
You wonder if Culver's not going to start to feel a little tired. They've been playing a couple games. They played yesterday. Takes it a little bit out of your legs playing here on grass. This is a great opportunity for McDonogh to keep the heat on them. I wonder if they're not showing a little bit of lack of steam in the engine. Plus, they don't play as many kids as McDonogh.
They clearly do not. I mean, not many teams do.
Right.
But as a coach, do you measure that as your game or you're preparing for the entire week? Do you think to yourself, we got to save some steam for McDonogh because of the grass and because of the roster depth?
No, I don't think they think that.
Okay.
They're just taking this thing one game at a time. They're playing again on Friday here in town against St. Paul's. They played Gonzaga yesterday. They played up in Philly this week. It's a good, solid, but long and tiring road trip. You tell me a bunch of high school kids, even though they're from the military, are getting their proper rest at night when they're on the road? I doubt it.
Here is Jack Parr. Great feed by Parr and a better save by Matthew Schmidt. Schmitty is getting it done.
Donna's had this ball for about 2 minutes. Culver's, so far, they've been incredibly fortunate to not give up the tying goal. A couple nice saves. I think McDonogh's going to get one here sooner or later.
Simmons, lefty sweep. Good defensive team defense by Culver right now. Now speed dot shot goal. And as predicted by Coach Bobtron, McDonogh might just get one. Credit that one to Jack Sweeney.
Jack Sweeney against the shorty.
32, Jack
Culver's
Sweeney.
gas back down here on defense. They've been on defense for about 3 or 4 minutes. And Sweeney, they eventually got a really favorable matchup. Sweeney back there on a short stick. He just runs topside, gets a very, very kind of simple goal. But that's a product of tremendous offensive possession for McDonogh. Multiple shots, didn't give the ball back to Culver, didn't give him a chance.
That makes this face-off even more important. Culver can ill afford to go back and play a bunch of defense. And as I say that, what if the worst should happen? Keep the code. I had the good fortune of meeting Sean Duff during this trip, and his kids are 2 of the tired ones right now.
Yeah, because they're playing defense.
Yeah, he has 2 defensemen on the squad.
There could be a 30-second clock here. The ref's counting it up now. Oh, my Lord, nice play.
He didn't get it. Did he get it in? I guess so. Powderly. And McDonogh knows they have. Great defensive play. As I talk about Sean Duff, Liam Duff steps up, plays good position defense.
See right here, if you can see this in the screen,
Ryan Hollenbeck.
McDonogh did a nice job, and Hollenbeck did a better job freeing himself up the sideline. Nice pass by Schmidt.
Here's Jacobois with 40 seconds in the quarter. Culver.
They're under him. Substitution play, faked.
Oh! I tell you what, your boy Alex Simmons leaned into that one.
Well, Anderson did a great job right then, faking that he was going to go into the substitution box, and he started to run towards the Culver bench. McDonogh went with him, and then Anderson broke underneath him. They got a really nice opportunity.
Here's Cam Chevette looking to feed with 15 in the quarter.
Here's a Mumbo play. See if they don't roll somebody off the edge here. They did, but McDonogh did a nice job covering it.
Gets it over to Clayton. Clayton, time winding down, shot goal with 2 seconds left on the clock. A huge goal for the Culver Eagles.
Goal scored
Bob,
by
before
number
we get the
7,
replay, momentum, that's a huge goal for Culver.
Well, Culver needed something good to happen because that quarter did not go very favorably. There's Clayton. He's gotten underneath over there twice for 2 beautiful goals. This time he got topside. I'm sure 21, the defensive midi there. Settlement had to think he's going to try to get underneath him. Clayton said, no, I'm really not going that way. I'm going up top. Hands free, room and time. Canadian sniper. Not a favorable situation.
A great third quarter for everybody. Brought to you by Diversified Insurance Industries. Go to DII-INS.com for details. Diversified Insurance creates custom insurance packages. Go to DII-INS.com for more. It's 8-7 here at McDonogh. The Summer Rumble is headed back to Richmond June 10th and 11th and will feature top quality competition from the USA and Canada on River City Sportsplex 12 turf fields. Your high school and youth level teams will thrive in this year's championship tournament in front of college coaches from divisions 1, 2, and 3. Start your summer at the best run event with coolers on every bench, shade tent for every team, and an event that is fueled by Gatorade. Go to cselax.com for details and register now.
I got the magic in me.
Let's go.
Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold.
Woman's for the good boys. He threw the
Magic in me.
Gary King behind.
The 2017 Under Armour Underclass Triathlon Tournament are the standard of the sport. Measure yourself against the top competition in your region as college coaches from every level flock to the tryouts to recruit talented lacrosse players. College recruiting is too competitive to miss out on this opportunity. Go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com for more information and to register now. Fourth quarter of the game brought to you by Whole Foods. Visit Whole Foods Market for all your spring holiday needs. Order your Easter meal online and pick it up in-store. Visit shop.wfm.com today. And I tell you, one of the players for Culver, Bob, that I've really liked is 14, Jake Stevens. I had a chance to talk with Dennis and Shireen, and they love the military component. And they wanted me to make sure to acknowledge the fact that the discipline, it helps these kids, these young men, and it certainly prepares them for what's coming up later in life.
There's O'Hare winning a big face-off for Culver to start this. Freshman O'Hare winning a big face-off for Culver to start the fourth quarter. That goal right there at the end of the third quarter. You know, goals that you give up at the end of quarters, at halves, you know, in the last couple seconds are just so kind of demoralizing, but uplifting for the team that bangs one. And so far, Culver banged that one with, 2 seconds left on the clock. Clayton with his third goal. Here he is at here. Actually, I apologize. That isn't. Oh, it is Clayton still out here. Nice stick by Dion.
Rich Dion, a star defenseman, and Clayton comes up with it.
There's Shore. Look at him making a play. He's great on the ground, too, by the way.
Brent Shore with his mouthpiece hanging out.
It just dropped out during the course of play. He'll be required to put that back in if he gets this ball back, which I don't think he will. But if the referee saw him not attempt to put it back in, he would have called illegal procedure.
I'm just thrilled to see that he has it attached to his helmet. All the kids today like to have it detached, and then they're cool sticking it up in their helmet, and then they lose their mouthpiece 3 weeks into the season.
Simmons is going to run by most kids that want to challenge him way out there.
Nice slide and great ground ball work by Culver. Jackson Reed. Jackson Reed tried to sell it. The ref didn't buy it. He didn't complain. We had some fans who thought it might have been a slash, but I didn't think it was.
Did you think Jackson Reed was doing his finest Casey Powell imitation?
Yeah. Throw the head back a little bit, even though he hit you on your lower
I think
hand.
Mello Trimble tries to do that playing basketball, doesn't he?
Yeah. How good a D-midi would he have been?
Oh, jeez. How about some of those basketball players we're watching playing this NCAA? Do you think some of those guys could have been good lacrosse players?
I know the kid Bell, LeVar Bell, he would not have been a good lacrosse player. Here's Jacobois, Culver back on offense. Culver in their road maroons. McDonogh, home whites. Great little pump fake shot. Pinballs around. Alex Simmons. I'm impressed. Simmons and Clayton, Jacobois, Chevette, Reed.
The guy that's really honestly impressed me the most offensively for them, certainly Clayton's been terrific, but I really like to watch Simmons play.
Yep.
He's got great legs. He's got great control. McDonogh made a nice play just then deflecting that shot.
Jake Stevens gets it behind a Chevette. And now it's Jacobois. Jacobois, left-hand power move. Pushes it behind. Chevette looks at the crease, and Brendan Scher was lurking.
He had 32.
Brendan was lurking.
Wide open. There, my man, he dropped the ball. Great cut, great feed. And the guy I was just talking about did not make a good play there. I think he probably was shooting it before he caught it.
McDonogh's defenseman, number 25, Finn Thorne, doing a nice job helping on. And now McDonogh goes offsides. And it's now Culver possession.
Very un-McDonogh-like right there, I can tell you that.
And your boy made up for it. Jake Stevens, Dennis, and Shireen have got to be thrilled with that one. That's almost like a free one off the, here's the replay, off the restart. Hollenbeck finds him.
Canadian finisher. They don't miss many of those, I can tell you that. That's a very uncharacteristic play. McDonogh is technically so sound. They do things like clear and ride, play extra man offense. They do all the technical parts of the game extremely well. It's very rare that you would see them make an error like that and go offside and give the Canadian snipers a second chance opportunity that they didn't miss.
Especially in transition.
Right.
Face-off win for the Screaming Eagles. And they're looking to convert, need to, and do. Sound the bell. School's back in. Starts with the face-off. Gabble Braun.
I'd say Sweeney made a tremendous play. Look, this isn't a. Actually, it was a pretty good feed by Braun. Powderly,
scored by number 40.
unusually, was almost fading behind the goal there, and he was still able to get the ball into the lower corner. Beautiful shot by Powderly. Great play by Sweeney and Braun. Everybody, textbook fast break.
9-8 now your score. Everything we would thought it would be. I want to thank you for making us part of your sports viewing day. Booker Corrigan here with Bob Shriver, Lax All-Stars, helping us bring a great event. Ball sent high in the air.
They're under him again.
And now transition opportunity for whoever comes up with it. And it's a Duff. And Duff looking to push it, gets it ahead, 3-on-2. Bouncer shot, goal.
That's the freshman O'Hare. If I was the coach on the other team, I might have strangled him if that had not gone into the goal. He's got a wide open guy down here on the corner. Look at this. Oh, my Lord. Look at this guy right here. Right here, wide open, and he doesn't throw it to 32, but he shoots. He's a lucky man that thing went in the goal, because I'm sure Coach Posner would not have been the happiest guy in the stadium had it not gone in.
Brett Hanser now out for Culver to take the face-off. Hanser, a sophomore at Huntsville, Ontario.
Well, this is the guy that started the game for them facing off. You can see just watching him, he's really high on his haunches there. And it's very hard to get down to the ball.
And he finally does and gets some room, although B.J. Farrar closed that gap pretty quickly.
Coach Posner's got a timeout. He might want to use it.
Coach Posner may want to call that timeout, but he doesn't. And B.J. Farrar backs away, interestingly. And I'll tell you, if I'm Brett Hanser, I'm getting the ball to someone fast.
Well, you notice McDonough's intent on trying to shut everybody off of the ball. Oh, he
Hanser
scored.
Comes around and finishes somehow. If there's a problem, I'll
Coach
solve it.
Posner obviously knows more about his players than we do. Great play by Posner.
Number 44, Brett Hanser.
Great play by Hanser.
Yep.
He picked up a great ground ball on the sideline. He was able to hold off BJ, who was beating the heck out of him. Looked like he was about to get the ball on the ground. Went behind the goal, took a couple deep breaths, gets to the front of the goal for a big score. I used to coach with a guy for 30 years who's a dear friend, Steve Dubin, at Boys Latin, and he always felt the 3-goal lead was the worst in lacrosse.
He sounds like Barry Melrose. Barry says that the NHL playoffs.
Does he?
Yeah, all the time.
Well, let's see if there's any truth.
3-goal leads, terrible. I'll tell you what, I'd rather be up 3 with 7 minutes left. Fourth quarter brought to you by Whole Foods. Visit Whole Foods Market for all your spring holiday needs and order your Easter meal online and pick it up. Visit shop.wfm.com. Whole Foods Market, proud supporter of these fine athletes.
I really like Shore. If you just saw, he made a great catch on that cross-field pass. Really quality pass up to the corner for a clear. Picks up nice ground balls. We haven't seen his man have much effect on this game. He's just a really quality player.
Jack Parr. And that's Griffin Catlett, 23, a couple goals already today. Here's Simmons with a couple goals already. Shot goes wide. Remind everybody to go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com and sign up for the underclass tryout. Find your region, rep your region, and measure yourself against the best players in your region. The standard in the sport, UnderArmourLacrosse.com.
If I'm Culver, this 6 minutes probably feels more like
4 hours.
Like 15 just because of the face-off disparity.
Here's Simmons. Catlett, shot goal. You knew that was coming.
Nice play by Simmons. Drew the defense to him on that side. They threw it behind the goal to get it back to the weak side. Catlett posted up from, about 15, 18 feet. Not a fair fight. Good play by Simmons. Swinging the ball to the weak side. Catlett, room and time.
Catlett's got enough room to do activities.
He did.
Do some aerobics, maybe a step class. They had lots of room for activities. And now it's a 2-goal lead. And the face-offs have been lopsided, but working out in different ways. But come crunch time, it looks like McDonogh's content to just win all the face-offs now. Great save by Matthew Schmidt. And now Luke Anderson. And he's one of those short stick D middies. You never call his name unless he's clearing the ball because he doesn't get beat, doesn't commit fouls. He just does what you ask of him and moves on.
Anderson and Hollenbach have really had a nice game for Culver. Short stick defensive midfielders. In a perfect world, Culver would like to hold this ball for about 2 minutes before they did anything with it, but the referees aren't going to let them do that. They're going to be forced to go to the goal a little bit. McDonough's pressing out some, but that's also reasonably favorable for Culver. The more you spread McDonogh out, the easier it will be for Culver to get underneath somebody. Our man,
this is Clayton.
Our man Alex Simmons isn't in the game. I hope he's okay. Number 6 for Culver.
Jackaboys. Hesitation, carries lefty. Looking to feed, and now it's with Clayton.
Where do you think he's going?
And there's your timer. Timer is on, 30-second clock below the scoreboard at this end and mounted at the far end. Clayton, a lot of hesitations.
I'm surprised. I thought that was a little quick on the warning. Culver's been very aggressive going to the goal today, and you're supposed to ref the game as it has played.
Yep.
They didn't give Culver more than about 30 seconds there as they were moving the ball around, setting up their offense. They warned them pretty quick.
Cameron Chevette. Oh, inside dodge. Great save by Abramson. A much-needed save as we're beneath 4 minutes. Fourth quarter brought to you by Whole Foods. Visit shop.wfm.com. They're under them. Here's Powderly. Down low to Parr. Cross crease. Ran out of time and a crease violation. That did not unfold well for the McDonogh Eagles.
That's a big play for Culver. If they can clear this ball, they'll get a chance to eat some more time off the clock. But the referees, as they just showed, were quick to give them a warning.
It's 3:25, so they cleared it at 3:30. We'll see. We have a clock. We can time it.
Yeah. Simmons back in the game, which I'm sure Coach Posner is very happy about.
Coach Posner, a full complement of 2 timeouts remaining?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
And what he could do here, honestly, is eat about 30, 40 seconds before he senses the timer going on.
Yeah.
Then call a timeout and eat up some more time.
And I wouldn't be so. The refs are looking at each other right now. G. Gordon Liddy, Ted Nugent, and Erwin Fletcher, your officials, and they are clearly looking at one another. As soon as he steps in, I think they're going to throw that timer on. Little weave play. And it's back, number 6,
Well,
Alex.
they warned them.
Yep.
The shot clock's on. They gave him about 50 seconds. That's fair.
Shot.
He hit the goalie, so
Great
the
ground
clock
ball.
will be off.
Jackson Reed with a top-notch sideline ground ball right in front of the McDonogh bench, too. So, he's not getting a lot of help from the people out of bounds.
McDonogh's got to start getting a little bit more aggressive. They might look to, when the ball's swung behind, they might look to bring the goalie out and see if they can't execute a little double team. Coach Posner still got 2 timeouts in his pocket. If he doesn't like what's going on, I'm sure he won't hesitate to call one.
Jackaboys. Here's Simmons.
Coach
And
Hilgardner.
now it's Clayton. Backhand shot, flips it around. Jake Stevens.
Goal scored by number 14, Jake Stevens.
And that is something right there.
Look, he doesn't switch this to his left hand. He switches to, I don't know what you would call backhand, cross face, backhand. What a play.
And he's got B.J. Farrar all over him like Chris Gardocki on Dale Doback.
And honestly, B.J. has not been his typical self today. He's let a couple guys get by him. That one, the goal by Hadsnar a second ago was running by B.J., very un-B.J.-like, which I'm sure McDonough's counting on B.J. to be able to do that. They're reluctant to slide to B.J. because they typically would never have to. So that's something that they weren't counting on.
And they go back to face-off guy number 44, Brett Hanser. And now it's Hollenbeck. He already has a goal today.
I'm pretty confident that that Culver's going to be able to eat this clock off.
With 2 timeouts, but when you call that timeout, McDonogh then gets to set their defense, too.
They do. It depends on where the ball is, though. It's really hard to set a defense up when the ball's in front of the goal because the goal's got to be open. So if he calls a timeout, he might look to call it when the ball's in front of the goal.
Yep. John Posner's done such a great job with this Culver Military Academy team over the years. Like you said in the open, it's exploded in the last 6, 7, 8 years.
All right, trivia time. Who is one of Culver's greatest alums?
Zach Currier, Joel Tinney.
They're the
Ethan
greatest
Walker.
lacrosse alums, but maybe their greatest alum might be George Steinbrenner.
Bob Shriver, absolutely one of the greats. And now McDonogh does have the goalie out. And it's desperation time right now.
Oh, how's he not called a penalty?
He did. He called a timeout. Coach Posner took one.
He could have called a hold there, but that's okay. There's 27 seconds left in this game. For all intents and purposes, it's in the bank for Culver.
Well, now, we also saw the Virginia Hopkins the last 2 minutes unfold. Obviously, there's not enough time for that. But McDonogh's faceoff guy's been good. If you're Andy Hilgardner, what are you telling your team right now in the huddle?
Well, in a perfect world, what you're telling them is, let's try to get the ball on the ground. We can't score 3 goals at once. See if we can't get the ball on the ground, get it up the field, and get an incredibly quick goal. If they can do that within 10 seconds, we watched them score a goal a second ago, a 5-second goal off the faceoff. So they're certainly capable of doing that, but it's not going to happen today, I don't think.
Culver coming out with possession. And we got to start talking, too, about who's the Under Armour underclass player of the game.
Well,
I know my vote.
My vote, honestly, would go to the goaltender,
Yep.
Matthew Schmidt, who made some tremendous saves, but I don't think there's any question from an offensive perspective. William Clayton's made some beautiful plays. He scored 3 goals, and he has been an integral part of that little 2-man game that the Culver Academy likes to play that McDonough's had difficulty with all day. You okay with that? 7 in the goaltender?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'll tell you what, there's been coaching mismatches. There have been broadcasting mismatches. I don't go against you on it. When you say who's the Under Armour best player of the game, I subscribe.
Okay.
I'm a buyer. Schmidt and Clayton. Clayton's played unbelievable. William Clayton. And there's also, the other thing is, Culver plays 6 guys on offense all day. A couple other guys got in.
I'm not sure what's going on here. Why is
the ball's going down?
I'm not sure. I don't quite understand what's going on here. Oh, I see. There was a shot clock violation. Culver knew they were giving the ball up.
The ball onto the tennis courts.
So McDonogh put their guys in position to clear the ball. Good play.
Good play all around.
Yeah, really.
Actually, it would have freaked him out if he just dropped the ball. As the clock winks to the 15-second mark, Simmons pushes it behind. I learned a lot about this McDonogh team that I like. And it starts with Coach Andy Hilgardner, reigning A-Conference championship coach. You know, they don't put a banner in the gym for beating Culver. They put a banner in the gym for winning the MIAA. He did it last year. They're going to be fine.
Oh, I don't think there's any question they're going to be fine.
Final score.
They ran into a buzzsaw today. Culver's terrific on offense.
We're going to be back with the Under Armour underclass players of the game. Goaltender Schmidt and offensive player William Clayton. Great effort by both of those young men today. We'll be right back. The MIAA Lacrosse Championships return to Johns Hopkins' iconic Homewood Field this May. The title is up for grabs in this powerhouse conference that features the best rivalries in high school lacrosse. The action begins with the A-Conference semifinals on Monday, May 22nd, and champions will be crowned on Thursday, May 25th. Log on to MIAAlacrosse.com for schedule and ticket information. MIAA Lacrosse, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises. If you can dream it, we'll make it happen.
At Whole Foods Market, we believe in food that's naturally beautiful, fresh, and nutritious. So there are no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives in any of the food we sell. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
Diversified Insurance Industries. Commercial and personal insurance, risk management, and specialty programs. Get more information and contact an advisor at DII-INS.com. At Kelly, we provide integrated total benefits, payroll, and workforce management solutions for employers of every size. Save time and control costs. Visit kellyway.com.
The Intercollegiate Men's Lacrosse Coaches Association will be presenting its first ever official recruiting event this summer. All the action takes place June 16th to the 18th at Lebanon Valley College, with hundreds of college coaches from all levels watching the teams, leading instructional sessions, and speaking at recruiting seminars. Go to IMLCANationalCup.com to learn more. The IMLCA National Cup, it's more than just a tournament.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Huddles, camps, teams, building three-dimensional athletes and coaches. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises. If you can dream it, we'll make it happen. The Summer Rumble is headed back to Richmond June 10th and 11th and will feature top quality competition from the USA and Canada on River City Sportsplex 12 turf fields. Your high school and youth level teams will thrive in this year's championship tournament in front of college coaches from divisions 1, 2, and 3. Start your summer at the best run event with coolers on every bench, shade tent for every team, and an event that is fueled by Gatorade. Go to CSELax.com for details and register now. Booker Corrigan here with Culver Military Academy players of the game, Matthew Schmidt and William Clayton, two guys who played amazing games. Now, you have no eye black on right now. The sun's right in our eyes. How do you feel about that?
It's a little tough to see sometimes, yeah.
Now, speaking of seeing things, you saw the ball really well early in the game. What led to that?
Honestly, it was just, my defense really put me in a good position to see the shots that I want to see. And my goalie coach has been helping me out a lot this year with keeping my hands out and seeing the ball well.
And was there any anger on the team after the loss to Haverford when you went out and took it out something on Gonzaga?
I wouldn't really say anger, but we kind of knew that we let ourselves down. We played a little McDonogh. We got a little emotional at the end because we beat them twice last year and then we struggled. But I wouldn't say anger, but I think that it really fired us up for these
angst.
Games. Yeah,
abbreviated. Okay, let's get to William Clayton. William, the two-man game. You guys run it really well. How'd you get so good at the two-man game?
I'd say box lacrosse. It's like mostly us Canadians out there. So in box lacrosse, we usually run like a two-man game. And Posner, our coach, just says, play our game out there. And that's what we do.
And you guys clearly do. When you slip over the pick or under the pick, is it preconceived whether you're going to go top side or under, or do you just feel it?
It just depends on how I'm feeling.
And shooting the ball inside. You guys, nifty little inside finishes. How often do you practice those?
Not really. Honestly, we don't practice that much. But I'm gonna say box lacrosse again.
Okay.
Because all inside.
Did you notice I used the word nifty?
Yeah.
I won the race to nifty right there.
Yeah.
Is that a bummer, or are you okay with it? I'm fine with that. Oh, right on. Okay, cool. So here we are at McDonogh. You guys, big win. What's next for you guys? Where are you setting your standards, your sights?
I think we want to finish out this break with a win over St. Paul's, and then we got Hill and Brother Rice in a regular season that we really want to get wins over those two kind of rivalry games for us.
Okay, how many Canadians do you have on the team?
Maybe
10?
More, probably 12, 15.
Do you think we should start playing the Canadian national, Canada?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm American. I can say this. It's a better anthem than ours.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I like our Canadian national anthem.
So do I. If I had it my way, we'd play "O Canada."
Oh, yeah.
You ever try and sing the Star Spangled Banner?
No, I can't.
Go ahead, give it to me.
Oh, say.
I'm not going to go all the way through that. It's funny, though, isn't it? Yeah. Right? So what do you guys, Military Academy, spring break, what do you guys do when you get a little crazy? Like run up and down the halls or like put water in your hair? What's the loosest you get?
I don't think I could say that on here.
Oh, Coach Posner. Yeah, as Jim Valvano said in 1983 when they played in the Final Four, we did a bed check last night, and all the beds were in their places.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll have to figure it out. Good luck with the rest of your year. You got Matthew Schmidt, William Clayton. They both played better than I did today. Oh. After a great first year in Philly, the NCAA Future Champions Lacrosse Tourney will be up in Foxborough in conjunction with the NCAA National Championship Weekend. Be on the field for pregame at Gillette Stadium. Put together a special squad just for this event, or bring your established boys or girls team to cselax.com. Get 20 tickets per team, plus parking passes. Go to cselax.com to reserve your space.
At Whole Foods Market, we believe in food that's naturally beautiful, fresh, and nutritious. So there are no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives in any of the food we sell. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
Diversified Insurance Industries. Commercial and personal insurance, risk management, and specialty programs. Get more information and contact an advisor at dii-ins.com. The MIAA Lacrosse Championships return to Johns Hopkins' iconic Homewood Field this May. The title is up for grabs in this powerhouse conference that features the best rivalries in high school lacrosse. The action begins with the A Conference semifinals on Monday, May 22nd, and champions will be crowned on Thursday, May 25th. Log on to MIAAlacrosse.com for schedule and ticket information. MIAA Lacrosse, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is